Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Justice for Comics. It's Friday afternoon. I'll be going over the CovrPrice top 20 list, give you my thoughts and opinions on that. I just got this in the mail today, this afternoon, The Rift, number 1. This was a series by Red 5 Comics. I think it was one of their first books that came out. I believe it was last year. It's been out for a little while. I think it was 2018. So obviously I didn't buy it off the rack at the comic book shop. This was a very, very low print run book. I love this cover. I mean, one of the reasons I bought it too is I just think it's an awesome looking cover. I love a red cover with the airplane flying through a tear in the cover. I think that is just really cool image. This thing came in beautiful shape. I got a really good deal. This book normally sells $30 to $40 consistently. I got this shipped to me for like 14 bucks. So I got a really good deal. I mean, this is a good deal at 20 and I got it cheaper than that. So, and it's in perfect shape. I'm either 9.6 or 9.8. No way it's lower than that. So I love when I get a book, and especially with a nice all red cover like that. Just in beautiful shape. So Rift number 1, really cool looking book. Can't wait to read it. I may go back and buy issues 2 through 4 if I can find it reasonably, but I'm okay with just owning issue number 1 on that. I know there's supposed to be I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show. I know it got optioned. That's one of the reasons the book went up a lot in value. So, but like anything, if you wait long enough, prices cool down and you can find some good deals. So keep that in mind when there's books that you're thinking about buying. So let's jump into the CovrPrice. I got this email. I get it typically every Friday. I just got it a few minutes ago. So let's start off with number 20 in the list. What If number 10 from 1978. Trend on this is still going well. A 9.8 just sold for $928. 7-day trend up 99%. There's the cover there. So basically the first image of Jane Foster as Thor. That predates, obviously, Thor Volume 4, number 1, and Thor God of Thunder, number 25. So, you know, this is the book everybody will pay up for. So I could have sworn $928. That's almost $1,000. It's crazy. But it's selling. 33 copies sold last week, so it's definitely still in demand. Number 19 on the list, Absolute Carnage number 1. The Gandalf Codex variant. So basically all this Absolute Carnage run, every issue is going to have a special Codex variant. Just lower print run done by a specific artist. There's the image there. It's nice. I mean, it's not my favorite cover. My favorite cover, I think, is going to be coming up on the list. This is my favorite cover. The 1 in 25 incentive by Delato. I just think that's really, really good. So prefer this one over the Codex, but yeah, to each his own. Number 18 on the list is Uncanny X-Men 191. First appearance of Nimrod. Nimrod has to be a villain, right? That's kind of an old term. Call somebody a Nimrod. I actually bought that a couple months ago, really cheap. I found an eBay seller that was selling it online for like $5 or $6. So I picked it up probably with shipping for $8. Yeah, by the way, it's Friday. Having a little Coke and bourbon. my Woodford Reserve Select. So good way to ease into the weekend with a little bit of bourbon there. All right, so X-Men 191. He seems to be a character that's going to be used in the current run of X titles. A 9.6 just sold for $75, $95. Still cheap, for a character that could be more significant. But that's definitely one you could find in a dollar bin, maybe a back issue bin for fairly cheap. So yeah, 191. That'd be a good one to hunt for if you can try to find it in a LCS. Number 17, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, number 8. We all know this issue. First appearance, well, debatable first appearance of the black suit. Iconic cover, definitely a marquee book. I don't own it myself, so this is one I need to hunt down. I've got, I don't think I have number 1 either. I have to look and see, but I definitely don't have that issue. It's definitely been creeping up there. A 9.8 just sold for $250. So that's one that, you can buy the whole run. I've seen entire runs of that sell for about $120. So I would like to get it a little cheaper than that if I could find it, but the hunt continues. Number 16 on the list, Captain Marvel, number 8, the In-Hook Lee Carnageized variant. That book is still selling well. I was lucky enough to pick that up as well. Yeah, it's a nice looking cover. In-Hook Lee, popular artist. I was supposed to get a Virgin cover of that as well. I'll have to track down where I bought that from. So it's one of the problems when you order too many books. Sometimes a few things slip through the cracks until you think about it later. But a 9.8 just sold for $120, so up 111% on a 7-day trend. First appearance of Star. Number 15, Ghost Rider number 28. This is the first full Midnight Suns. Further development of that, I don't know if it's a TV show or a movie. Very cool cover, and I've seen that in dollar bins many times. I don't think I own it, but that's definitely one that's not hard to find in dollar bins. Yeah, that was a heavily printed book. I remember there was a ton of that. I think most of them are in poly bags. Rawhide sale of $20, so that's definitely one to keep on the lookout for if you're rummaging through the dollar bins. Number 14 on the list, Submariner number 1. Another MCU rumor about a movie for the Submariner. Yeah, that could be good. Definitely a cool looking issue. Very recognizable. A 9.8 just sold for $6,250. My God. I mean, if you don't think the comic book market's in a bubble, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that book is only 1968. It's not that old. It's basically early Bronze Age. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that book is so expensive. It's crazy. Number 13 on the list, Walking Dead 193. Last of a great series. There was a time there where it kind of languished for a while, but yeah, I'm glad. I have a run 80 through 193 now. I think I'm only missing issue 190. So any of my subscribers out there that have issue 190, they want to sell me, if you have an extra, let me know. I would be more than happy to take one off your hands. That would complete my run. I'm only one issue shy. Number 12 on the list, Moon Knight number 1 from Marvel Comics 1980. Kind of a cool cover. One of these books that a couple years ago you could have picked it up pretty cheap, $50, $60. In a decent grade. And 9.8 just sold for $115. So I think you could probably, oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. A 9.8 sold for $242. Up 117%. So yeah, there's a lot of movement on that book. I've got Moon Knight number 25, which probably one of my favorite covers of Moon Knight. of all time. The Sienkiewicz cover, the black Sienkiewicz cover. First appearance of Spectre. I bought a really high-grade copy. I've told the story before on my videos, but I remember looking for that. I remember seeing that book, that it was hot. It was on the top 10 list because of the white dot. It was a white dot variant, and they were talking about it. A couple weeks later, I dreamt about it. I woke up out of dream. Sort of was. I don't know if I was thinking about it in my dream or I was dreaming about buying it. I don't know what. I don't know which. You know how you don't really remember a dream completely. But I woke up like thinking about that book. As soon as I woke up, I literally leaned over, picked up my phone, went on eBay, and there was a Moon Knight number 25 with the white dot in high grade for $40. Buy it now. I purchased it immediately. And sure enough, when it came in the mail, it was absolutely I mean, if I'm not kidding you, if it's not a 9.8, I'd be shocked. I mean, I've been collecting comic books long enough to sort of realize what a 9.8 looks like. And for a book that old from the early 80s to be in, with a black cover, I mean, I'll pull it out again. I'll do like a top 10, my favorite comic book covers. That'll probably make the list, or top 25. It's just when I tell you it's in beautiful condition, you have to see it to believe it, and it has the white dot. So I am a fan of Moon Knight. I wish I could afford his first appearance. What was that, Marvel Spotlight? Oh no, Werewolf by Night, number 32, I believe. That's the first appearance. Maybe one of these days, if I win the lottery or come into a bunch of money, maybe a rich relative dies, it leaves me a large sum of cash. It will probably go towards comic books. All right, guys, number 11 on the list, Uncanny X-Men 312. Their first full appearance of Phalanx. Is that another word for penis? I'm thinking of something else. Phalanx. No, I think it's a different word. Yeah, I probably owned that book back in the day. I had a pretty big Uncanny X-Men run that I think I sold. I don't know. I went through that period of time where I was a little disillusioned by comic books. So I probably owned that at one time. That's one of those books too that you could probably find in a dollar bin still. Rawhide sale of $10 on eBay. So yeah, you could still get a good deal on that. So I think Phalanx is being brought up in the current X-Men run, so keep that in mind. Number 10, Dead End Kids number 1, a book I was recommending way before it got hot, and I even recommended the Dead End Kids number 1 store variant from Black Cape Comics. That book blew up. It was a $20 book that's now $100 or more. Super low print run of only 100 copies. I mean, it's only going to make these books, definitely good long-term plays. I definitely see a Netflix developing this into a TV show. Hulu, one of the streaming services, absolutely will develop that into a TV show. No doubt in my mind. That's why it's selling the way it is. A rawhide sale of $40. And that's just the regular first print, which I got one of those coming as well in my Midtown order. But issue number 2 just came out this Wednesday. Very hard to find. The print run is still really, really low on those books. So definitely that book is putting Source Point Press on the map, no doubt about it. Number 9 on the list, Captain Marvel number 9. High sale, $15. That's the regular issue. I like the Carnage Eyes variant better, but to each his own. Number 8, Powers of X number 2. That series is hot. Just about every issue is on the move, including the variants. Raw high sale of $23. Number 7 is Absolute Carnage Scream number 1, the all red Codex variant. I don't remember what that variant looked like. Yeah, it's like an homage to an old Monet painting or something, if I remember right. I picked up the Dodderman variant, which I thought was a little bit better. Number 6 on the list, Superman 14, the recalled variant. Yeah, so, you know, that book's $30. I'm not real hot on collecting recalls and things like that, so $64, yeah, I'll pass. Number 5, Once and Future number 1. Regular A cover. Nice cover, good book, good read, solid read. I think that series is going to do well. So yeah, it deserves to be in the top 5, I'd say. Rawhide sale of $30. I think I have about 3 copies of that, so I definitely loaded up. Number 4 on the list, Superman 14. The Hughes variant recalled. Yeah, so that's the thing too. If you bought this on Midtown, I don't know, if you had it on your pre-order, I don't know if you're going to get that book. I don't know what Midtown does on that kind of stuff, but that was one that I didn't like the cover anyways. So I didn't even pre-order it. Oh well. Supergirl 33 is number 3 on the list. This is also a recalled variant. Yeah, what's that? Artgerm variant? Okay. Yeah. $60. Yeah. Number 2, I'll skip that. That's the regular one. Number 1 is the Once and Future Thank You variant. This was on sale on Midtown's site for $212. I'm glad I didn't buy it. It's selling at a high sale of only $80 now. So imagine if you bought that for $212 and you could pick it up right now on eBay for $80. You just lost over $120. Amazing. So be careful buying stuff pre-sale. I've made the same mistake. I've paid way more than I should have for a certain comic book just because I thought it was so hot, and then after a couple weeks, everyone forgets how hot it was. So keep that in mind when you're collecting. All right, guys, that's kind of what I had for today. I'll probably have my other video out either late tonight, early tomorrow morning. The CBSI top Hot 10 list usually comes out fairly late. Usually that's the way it goes, so I don't know if I'll get to it this evening, but definitely by tomorrow morning I'll have that next video out highlighting, you know, that top 10 list and my thoughts and comments. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications. Please share and like my videos. That helps me grow my channel. I just hit 470 subscribers, so it's going well. It wasn't that long ago. I was only at 100, so there's been a lot of growth in the last 6 months for sure. And also, please leave me a comment. I love to hear comments from my subscribers. Let me know what you think of this top 20 list. Maybe there was a book on there I should have talked a little bit more about. Yeah, leave that in the comments. And I'll see you later with the next video. Thanks.